Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today, excuse me, we're going to make a really great card that looks super hard but is not at all. And it involves cutting paper into little triangles, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did that so that you can do it on your paper cutter as well. I took a pad of paper from, it's Jack Frost from American Crafts. It had nice blues in it, and I wanted to deviate a little from the traditional Christmas colors, so that's what we're doing today. The first thing you want to do is you want to cut your paper on a diagonal with a triangle. So the point of your paper should be right on the line of whatever cutting surface you have, and then you're going to turn the paper. I don't know if you can see that, but you're turning it on an angle so that you're creating long triangles. You want to put the tip of your paper, whichever end you're using as your tip, you want to put your tip right on the cutting bar. And then I'm going to show you on the last couple pieces with a traditional paper cutter. So if you were going to be using your paper cutter, the way you would do it, I'll move that back so you can definitely see it. Here's your cut line. You want your paper to be lined up so that your tip is right on the edge of your cut line, and then the back of your paper, it doesn't really, that part doesn't really matter, but I don't know if you can see that the front of my paper is right on the corner, so it creates a really tight point, and that's what you want. So now we've made all of our different slices, and hopefully you follow that direction because sometimes it's confusing to use different trimmers. So I want to make sure we did it in the best way possible. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a card that's using a technique that isn't new, but I always like trying it. And here's a Halloween card I made with it that I didn't do anything with, but I really like the technique, so I decided I would make some Christmas cards. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cover your entire surface with glue. It can be wet glue, it can be glue stick, and it can be ATG. I used a combination of ATG guns and tape runner, and basically that's all I did. I just went down the paper and made sure that the most important part you want to get is the edges. They really have to be glued well. Then I actually used my ATG gun, as you know. I'm not good with that, but I used it and I ran out of tape right there. So I have a glue ball that I'm hoping won't show up because it's so big I can't get it off. Anyway, okay, so here's what we're going to do. You put your paper, you line them up so that you can rotate your pattern. And the important part of this is that you make sure that every pattern is well represented and you don't keep doing the same one over and over again. And so you also want to pick a center point. Now I pick a center point off to the side, somewhere to the left or to the right and toward the corner a little bit. The reason I do that is I like something that's not so symmetrical where the circle would be in the middle. So how you want to start out is you want to take a piece of paper, your starting point, and I'm going to make my point end up right there. Okay, now I've got everything stuck to me. You know me and anything sticky. And you want to make sure as you go that you stick down your papers so that you don't have anybody trying to jump off. Everybody into the pool. Not really, but anyway. So we're going to rotate our pattern around. I shouldn't have put those so close together because they're too much blue, I think, but we'll live with it. Once you get a little bit, oh, here's the other thing. If you do have a piece that doesn't have a point on it, it's not a problem because we are going to be covering up that with a medallion in the center. That was funny. Oh, jeez. Me and sticky stuff, huh? So, almost to the point where I won't have to deal with it anymore. So if you have any that are shorter, and you will, oh, sheepers. And you will have some that are shorter, you want to make sure that your ends are past the top of the paper. You see, this is your paper line right here. You have to make sure that all of this edge is over that so that it doesn't have anything on it oh jeepers, that so that you don't have any that are showing. Okay, this is getting funny now. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this back a little bit. I'm moving my pieces back so that we can actually do this card. So then you're gonna start and do it again. You're just going to rotate your pattern. And I'm not going to finish this one because it would take too long on camera, but you got the idea of it, hopefully. If you didn't, email me and I'll explain it to you again. I am going to put all the information, as I always do, at the bottom. I try to recreate everything that I do in the comments so that you know exactly how to do a project on your own. Okay, so I've already done this card once. And this is what it looked like, except I cut off part of it because I didn't think you'd want to watch me cut the entire piece either. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cut across the top of the card line. And I know some of you would keep these scraps, but I don't feel the need to hold on to things that are this wonky. Yeah, you know that's my word. If they're weird shapes like this, I don't know what I would do with them afterwards, so I will throw these out. But if you can figure out something to do with them, by all means, keep your scraps. So that's what our card looks like. Now you can see that I overlap a little bit here in the center. I have some thicker pieces in the center, and that's okay, because what we're going to do next is we're going to put this sentiment. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch with a 1 3/4 inch scallop circle. And what I did was I used Native Navy by Stampin' Up! As my ink, and I stamped it, and then I ran it around the side of the circle so that there was a little bit of deviation between the colors, so it wasn't so stark with the white. And then I put the blue piece behind it. Now we're going to pop it up on dimensionals, but I want to show you something else I did that was really my MacGyver tip for the day. I know that this is going to be so hard for you to believe, but I did not have any navy blue sparkly ribbon or string. So what I did was I took this string I think it's stuff you use for embroidery, I don't know for sure, and then I took, okay, I didn't have a baggie handy, so I just found this one in the trash and I used it. So I'm recycling. I might be MacGyver, you don't know. So anyway, I used this, and I dipped this string into the Native Navy, and I just pulled it through, holding it with the plastic bag. Then I took this Studio G glitter glue, and I did the same thing. I put a gob of it in the middle of my plastic bag, and I just pulled the string through. So I don't know if you can see the glitter on that and the fact that it's now navy blue. Whenever I attempt crafting tricks like this, about 85% of the time it's a fail. But I'm happy to say that this one was not a fail, and I'm really tickled with it. I think it looks really cute. And I don't know if you can see the glitter, but I can, and I'm sure whoever gets my card will too. I have a very good friend called Mary, and she spells her name typically M-A-R-Y. So usually at Christmas time or anything that has the word Mary in it, she changes the spelling to her name because she's kind of a character. And I'll make sure she gets this, and I'll draw a little line through it and write her name down below so that she gets a kick out of it. So we're going to do some dimensionals on the back of this, but we're not going to do them skimpily because we're going to also use the dimensionals to hold our string in place. So I'm going to put 2 of them on the back just because we want to really make sure that our string doesn't go anywhere. And this is from a stamp set from Hero Arts. I'm not sure of the name of it because I threw the baggie away, which was stupid, I know. But this is what the stamp set looks like. I hope you don't have a lot of glare on that. It's a Polyclear Hero Arts. Let's see in the back if there's anything on it. Yeah, Bird and Branch Christmas. I'll make sure I put that in the comments. I just got this about a month ago, so it should still be current and in the stores. Oh, look how I stuck that to the back of that. How sweet. The way I like to do string, other than the fact that my hand is completely blue, I like to do string where I hold the end of it in my hand and then I wrap it around a couple times. Then I like to kind of pinch that, take it off my hand, and put it in place. And then if I think I want more, whoops, a little ender isn't glued down. Then if I think I want to do more, then I can always do another batch, we'll call it, around my hand, and then I'll cut it off in the middle. I went 3.5 times around my hand in case you were interested in how many times, and then I'm going to lay that down so that the end is down, and I'm going to put the edges as close as I can to the center of my piece. Then I think I'm going to put dimensionals on top of that. We'll just put a big gob on there. That's going to stay for sure. And then once you've done this, your card is complete. Like I said, it's a simple card. I want to put that over this area that we've made as our center point, and make sure that Wishing You All Things Merry is straight. And there we have a frisky little design. And what I would do too, just for fun, is I would snip a couple of these randomly, and then you can pull on them. Of course, it doesn't want to play. Doesn't want to play their reindeer games with me. Okay. Then what you just do is you kind of fray those out a little bit, and so it makes more of a pattern than you had before, and it kind of is cuter, I think. So that's our first card, and from now on we're going to be doing more and more holiday things. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Oh, I forgot the most important part. I know you know what it is. I made this for you. Wouldn't it be nice if all stamps were like that? So this is our card, and it is a 5.5 by 4.25 card, an A2 size card, and it will fit into a regular envelope. But if you like this card, please give me a thumbs up. There's the thumb. And subscribe if you haven't. I really love hearing from all of you when you join and tell me you're a new subscriber. It's great to know that more and more people are finding the channel. Please share the information with your friends, or if you know anybody that maybe is struggling a little bit with their health, maybe they would benefit from this channel as well. And thanks to the people that were really sweet on the blog yesterday that gave me nice accolades for admitting that I wasn't feeling well and that I don't normally admit things like that. But thanks again. That was really, really sweet of you. And I hope all of you try this card. And if you do, email me one. I would love to see it. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned. We have some great tags coming up. See ya. Bye.